Healing herniated disc pain and spine pain. What's going on, everybody? In this video, I'm going to teach you one little secret I learned in my journey of healing pain in my back that was so severe I never thought I was going to be able to walk normally again. I had 3 herniations right in a row, my L5, L4, and L3, and I had other complications in my spine. I was an infantry marine in the United States military, and I was a machine gunner, which means I carried an insane amount of weight, and I essentially damaged my spine greatly. I did mixed martial arts for many years, and my spine, my cervical, thoracic, lumbar, hips, it just was all completely shattered, and my low back took the abuse, and I had a bunch of discs herniate in one place. They wanted to do surgery on me. They wanted to give me all these different pills and do cortisol shots and, the typical path that you go into leads you right into surgery, leads you right into never really fulfilling or seeing who you were without any of that. So here's one thing that I feel was a huge lifestyle change for me, that was a huge catalyst in my healing, and that was sleeping on the floor. I got out of beds, and actually, I got out of couches too. I got rid of all my furniture, but I don't sit on couches, and I don't sit on like recliner chairs. If I sit on the floor or I sit on a ball chair, but I do not sit on those comfy places that you go everywhere in the modern world, unless I'm at somebody else's house. And typically, even when I'm at somebody else's house, I sit on the floor. But the biggest thing is that I got rid of my bed and I sleep on the floor. Now, I'm not sleeping on hard wood. I sleep on a padded surface. I got one of those egg crate mattress toppers, and I put that down. I actually sleep on top of 2 of them, both my partner and I, and we both think it's one of the best decisions that somebody can make. Beds aren't even comfortable for me anymore. They make me feel horrible and gross and lethargic, because I came across some information, and there are a few chiropractors that support this, but there's not too much information out there. The bed industry is a $1 billion industry, so you're not going to find a lot of information telling you, hey, you don't need a bed. But all you need is a firm surface, padded enough just so your back of your hip bones and your pelvic region doesn't get too jabbed into anything on the floor. Because the theology behind this is you want your spine to support you when you sleep, not your muscles. And when you are in a bed, you are never perfectly aligned. And people sleep in whacked out positions when they sleep, on their stomach, or all contorted, weird ways, and you wonder why people snore and they have all these issues, right? So when you sleep on the floor, you lay on a surface that is padded enough to support you. And I used to need more padding. Now I don't need as much. But you want a firm, relatively very firm surface to support you. And you want to sleep on your back. Now, most people are overweight. Most people are obese, actually. And sleeping on their back isn't fun for them. So what I got to say is, lose some weight. You have to lose weight. If you are overweight and you have back pain, the weight is a huge cause of the back pain. So, but this video is not about that. This video is about sleeping on the floor. You can alternate between putting a pillow underneath your knees or not, see if you like that or not, and a very thin pillow, but you don't even want to use a pillow. I have a pillow because sometimes I sleep on my side and I put a pillow between my knees and I set myself up in a particular way because it's comfy. For the first 5 minutes, I lay down and I kind of rest. And then when I'm ready to fall asleep, I go on my back. So you want to sleep on your back. You want your spine to be flat. And when your spine is flat, it has the greatest chance of healing. Now, there's a whole way to live and eat and all of this stuff so the discs can rehydrate. I can make endless videos on this, which I will. Leave me a comment below if you want to hear more about this. But I got to the point where I'm going to be 100% recovered from my disc herniations, from an injury that was so bad in my spine that I didn't think I was ever going to be able to walk normally again. And now I'm better than even most people because I was so athletic and in shape before that I'm kind of, I'm good. I can't do a hard day's labor out in, I can't have a manual labor job yet. That I wouldn't be able to do that. But compared to where I was, not even being able to pick a can of soup up off the floor without being in excruciating pain, I'm singing Jingle Bells right now all day. So sleeping on the floor, you want to give it a try. Okay? It's not the mainstream. You're not going to find a lot of people that will support this. If you give it a Google, you probably won't find too many people, but you will find a couple people on YouTube. There is I think Dr. Mandel has a video on it talking about it, but it's helped me so much. And if you look at some of the other cultures in the world, they all slept on those like Japanese futons on the floor, like they're real firm. But these American comfy beds, they're killing people. They're giving you problems. Your spine and body's in a position for 8, some people 10 hours a day, all in contorted ways. And it's not healthy for not just your body, not just your spine, but all of your organs, your lymphatic system, everything. So it's a total transformation because when you first start sleeping on the floor, you're going to feel like you got hit by a bus for about 2 weeks. You're going to get up and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so achy. I'm sure all of you have felt that before, but it goes away. And then when it goes away, you're like, oh my gosh, beds are awful. Because this happened to me intuitively. For a while, I was saying to my partner, I was like, hey, babe, we want to start sleeping on the floor, I think. And she's like, no. I'm like, well, I'm going to start sleeping on the floor. And she's like, I don't, because we had a $5,000 Tempur-Pedic, the greatest thing ever. And then we started to research what was in the foam that you're sleeping on and the off-gassing that happens, and it's awful what these beds are made out of. Should be illegal what these beds are made out of. And you're laying on that. And it does off-gas for years. So we got rid of this $5,000, the best Tempur-Pedic king-size bed that you could have. Because when she was on board with it, she's like, okay, let's do it. When she was on board with it, we got rid of that thing, gave it to a family member, and we immediately just folded up a bunch of blankets and started laying on this pad. And it took us a while to find out what thickness was good for us, because I have a difficult back, so my actually padding was a little different for hers for a while. And then I came across these egg crate mattress toppers, and I came across one that was made out of natural materials. So pretty much my bed cost me $300 because I have 2 of them. They're $150 a piece. And my bed is amazing. I sleep on my back. I sleep less. I feel better when I get up. And I've always had issues in these realms because of the pain that's in my body, and it's completely has changed my life. And another cool thing is I can go anywhere and be comfortable. I can go to anybody's house, I can go camping anywhere, I can live anywhere, I just sleep on the floor and I'm good to go. If somebody's got a carpet down on their floor, I just throw if I'm at somebody's house, I'm like, no, I don't want the bed, just give me a sheet. Put the sheet over the carpet, and I just lay there on the floor and I pass out and I sleep. 6 hours later, 7 hours, boom. The more that I detox my body, the better I get up, because I've been dealing with a lot of detoxification issues for the past 5 years too, which is also another way to heal your spine. This is an all-encompassing thing. But I will tell you right now, I haven't come across anyone that had the injuries that I had that have even gotten to the place that I was at a year ago. And it's the truth. I'm not saying, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. I just kind of cracked the code to how to get your body to heal from chronic pain. And you got to change your lifestyle drastically. It's the only way. If you want to keep doing what you've been doing, nothing's going to change. But let me tell you what, a life without pain is worth it. So ask yourself, do I want to keep being in pain, or do I want to maybe listen to this guy who was in excruciating pain? Literally, I couldn't move for a year. And that was the worst thing I did, was stop moving for a year, because all the doctors told me, bed rest, bed rest, bed rest, right? Bed rest is the worst thing a human being can do, no matter what illness or sickness you have. You got to move. And I stopped moving for a year. Pain was so bad, I became depressed and, all this stuff. But let me tell you what, a huge bump in my evolution of healing, my personal evolution too. It wasn't just healing, because now my wife's life got better too, because we're sleeping on the floor. Our life is so simple, Our bedroom, think about this. When you go to sleep, your bedroom's very important. The atmosphere. All we have in our bedroom is like 2 plants and then a little pad on the floor. We have no furniture, no dressers, no mirrors, none of that stuff. Just a pad on the floor with 2 plants and 2 windows and a closet door that's always shut. So our room is smooth and peaceful and empty. Then we have a pad that we lay down on our back. Our spine is in a good place. I sleep with a face mask on. She doesn't. Helps me sleep a lot. And we sleep with a little sound drum on, because I have a problem hearing noises from my time in the military. And my body's, I don't know if ever going to be able to let that go. But I got to do what I got to do to sleep. So a sound drum blankets out some of the outside noises that my body is always on alert for. I used to 10 years ago, I was living in enemy-occupied territory, so a noise could have meant someone was trying to kill me. So my body it will be a long time before I can ever let that go, and a noise drum helps me let that go. So sleeping on the floor and adding these little things into my life, it's bringing healing to my life, because there's energy that moves up and down from your brain and all the functions of your brain and endocrine system up here, all the way down to your sacrum and back up. There's a loop. When that loop is not functioning properly, you're not going to heal. Your stem cells aren't being activated. Your lymphatic system's not moving right. Your organs aren't moving right. You want to sleep. Sleep is your rest and repair time. If you're not resting or repairing, then you're not. Your body ain't going to get anywhere. Anyway, my family, if you want to hear anything else about this topic, herniated discs, back pain, I feel you. I lived it. It is my life, and I've learned a lot of things. I've never been on medication for it, never went down that route. I did it totally naturally. It's the only way. And you can get your life back, which is why I'm making these videos, because no one's really talking. All you'll find is videos telling these ripped guys telling you, if you have back pain, do these exercises. No, you have to regenerate the tissues and the discs of your body, clean out your bowels, change your life around in order to heal severe back pain. It's the only way. Many blessings, my family. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your life.